Alrighty then, folks. Let's get this party started with some good news. Yes! The ESO Necrom soundtrack is finally out! All I can say is about goddamn fucking time. It was only 11 and a half months too late. 11 and a half months late on the subject, so we're going to go ahead and back this back here. Alright, but as you can see, as on Spotify. We'll try to sneak some in later. But the fact that this took longer than it should have was just obscene, in my opinion. But enough ranting, time for ESO. Let's load this up, that is. There we go. Bong. Bong. And now time for the card stunting. Where we last were, we were over in, well, not Blackwood, but we were in Fargrave here. I had to stop over at Blackwood because I needed craftsmanship for this particular character. There we go. Here we go. Whoa! There we go. There we go. Much better, much better, much better. There we go. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, I will say. But we got this show on the road, folks, so here we go! Just walking down the street. There we go. Hey, hey, it's the B-Rep. As far as things go, we've got everything set up here. Hmm. There we go. Hey, note to self, we've got an alchemist survey there. But that's neither here nor there, folks, because we gotta stop at Fargrave. We last spoke up over the outskirts. Last time we were here, well before we've done shit, Ember's
You want
here.
to talk about something? All right. Things are good. You put up with me, which is... Am I in trouble? Sorry. Oh, sure, I guess. I love playing Tales of Tribute. I'm not all that talented at it, so I don't win much. But the play... Need something?
Ember's very appreciative of me. That guy looks like he's about to take a shit. Wait, we're just floating, so let's go ahead and head inside.
Looking to purchase one of my creatures? Well, no stealing them. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah, I've never bought the 3 horses that they have for sale at all. Largely because mounts as a whole are fucking dime a dozen, especially in
Are you an adventurer? In my experience, all adventurers could do with a larger pack.
yeah, they could. Unfortunately, we've already got a large pack.
You are requested to appear before the Dread Lady, adventurer.
Ah, Rogatina Cinna, we meet again.
Adventurer, my mistress demands your presence. You do still carry the encoded note you recovered in the bathhouse, I hope, for your sake.
I take it you're aware of what happened.
Of course! My mistress tells me everything. I am her prophet, after all. Now hurry! Lyranth and the Anchorite are waiting for you in the Bearer's Rest. It's an inn here in Fargrave.
What's the rush?
Oh, just a little something I like to refer to as the end of the mortal realm.
Oh, that.
Remember the waking flame. You may have momentarily put a stop to their plans, but unless you get that note deciphered, their ultimate goal remains a mystery.
I see. Well, I'll head over to the Bear's Rest and talk to them. For all, I got a few hours. After all, it's not every day that you go and save the world. Outside of that.
Go on. Mistress Lyranth awaits you in the Bearer's Rest.
Bear's Rest.
So you really came all this way to stop the waking flame from destroying Fargrave?
Something like that. Ah, there you are, little mortal. The encoded message you recovered from the bathhouse. That may be the key to determining the Waking Flame's next move and revealing the secrets I'm searching for. We must find someone who can decipher it.
And Greg suggested it ask to Madam Wynn.
The masked mortal has the right idea. Fargrave sits on the threshold to everywhere. If there exists a being who can decipher this code, we will find them here. I'd prefer it if we could find someone other than Madam Wynn to deal with, however.
Well, I can ask around, but the Anchorite seems to have a history. You know her?
I have heard of the infamous Mazkin who calls herself Madam Whim. I find her practice of turning gossip into profit to be loathsome. But even a filthy Daedrat has its uses, I suppose. Take the note to her and pay whatever it costs for a translation.
Alright, I'll take the encoded note from Madam Wynn.
Go to Madam Whim's establishment, the House of Whims. Show her the encoded note and tell her we need it deciphered. I will meet you there. To make sure we have her undivided attention, and that she understands this is more than a mortal's request.
You seem a little reluctant to deal with Madam Wynn. Care to elaborate?
We know of each other. Perhaps our paths have crossed over the millennia, perhaps not. Whim has changed her name and appearance multiple times. Or so I've heard. I have no doubt she will do so again, when Fargrave no longer amuses her.
Trying to find out more about those catalysts?
You saw what I saw when we first encountered Sister Seldina at the Waking Flame Conclave. Her infernal device can transform Daedra into incarnates, living disasters of immense power. They threaten Nirn, so you should hope I learn everything I can.
Oh, you did stop Sister Seldina's ritual, so there's a start.
We learned that Sister Seldina tried to use the votive runes to steal power from the mortals. Power she hoped would destroy the Daedra and allow her to conquer Fargrave. We stopped that plot, but this realm's many portals are too enticing to ignore.
Do you think the Waking Flame's gonna try another attempt?
They are persistent, if nothing else, these Daganists. If they truly want to unleash their incarnates on Nirn, using Fargrave's portals makes the most sense. The hope, slender though it may be, is that the encoded note will tell us more.
Talk to the Anchorite quickly.
I'll go with you to Madam Whim's too. She knows me, and I can smooth over any rough spots once Lyranth and her begin negotiating. Have you ever witnessed a negotiation between Daedra? It can get intense.
Oh yeah, I've been party at least 2 of these. Our home game players are wanting to know how this can be so done. That is.
I've only just met her, and I can already tell that Lyranth thinks very highly of herself. That's not an uncommon trait among the greater Daedra. And when 2 or more prominent Daedra come together, their every action becomes a battle for supremacy.
Sounds ominous AF.
It can be. Depends on which types of Daedra we're talking about. Thanks to the stricture, most such negotiations here in Fargrave remain at the hypothetical level. A battle of words and posturing to determine dominance. It's almost ritualistic.
The stricture.
It's a code of sorts. A magical covenant that binds the Daedra and allows them to operate in neutral territory without the need for a centralized leadership. When the bounds of the covenant slip, that's when the grasp of the stricture steps in.
So the grasp are law are enforcers of the stricture.
Kind of. More like arbiters that maintain the peace among the Daedra. They have no love of mortals, however. Since we're not bound by the stricture, they consider us with suspicion, and even outright hostility. They're sure we're guilty of something. Nice!
Endeavors. It struck 8 at a jewelry crafting table, afflicted 15 with weapon poison. In line. Session. At least we landed that one. Give it to the end of this.
You there. The grasp requests your aid.
Rests in her.
Mortal, you seem more capable than most. The grasp of the stricture has a task that you may be able to assist with.
Oh, Papa.
These donations are hideous. Not a fool.
Fargrave, Outlaw's Refuge. Bit of a report for her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fear spits in the face of glory.
Sell your goods or die.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and wander away. Wander our food. Lockpick as well as sound. That was because you annoyed me. The shitty district. Oh, thank you for the raid here, Fox. And just for those of y'all here, I am the titular B-Rep here. AKA Bad for Republic, AKA that annoyance here, and I stream ESO, I stream Palworld, and a whole bunch of other neat little tidbits you can find out all more about here. We'll go ahead and get you a shout out here, Fox. Oh, somebody had a bad time with the bamboozled beans. Strim is, just getting started here. Actually doing some Fargrave here today as I'm trying to shove my, poor little alchemist through it. I'm actually about to stop over at Madame Weems after dumping a bunch of, creatively acquired goods. But I hope you had a good stream with ESO, by the way, as well. Let's go ahead and get up the stairs.
Dear, it would be an honor to assist you in any way I can.
An honor, yes. Mortals show Wim the note.
Alright. That was, relatively easy. Well, it is a, relatively easy to learn, but it can be difficult to master. But best thing I can advise, never be afraid to experiment. About the only thing that you can't change with your character is its class. So feel free to go nuts. You want to stick your character in one of the most interesting armors you could find and send him through the worst challenge possible? Experiment. Learn, grow, and puzzle things out. About 95% of the time the fun is trying to figure out, oh, so that herb is actually magic, ravage magic, and how to restore it. Anyways, let's talk to Madame Lynn.
Oh, darling, how good of you to once again grace my fine establishment. And I see that my information proved useful. You found Lyrinth. Another customer, satisfied and content. Now, what can Madame Wim do for you this time?
Well, we think this note's written in code. It could belong to Sister Saldina, or it could just be a takeout order written in Daedric.
While I have many, many talents, written codes concocted by fanatical mortals is not among them. Are you sure I can't interest you in something a little more luscious?
Sadly, no.
Pity. Very well. I may know someone who can help you.
Alright. Name, location, and how much?
You wound me. I thought we were becoming friends. Talk to Gazmod the Collector. His villa on the west side of town contains quite the accumulation of Daegonic paraphernalia. Something in his collection should help, provided you can catch his eye.
Gazmod Collector in his villa, west side of town. Got it. And, what's the price?
You owe absolutely nothing, my darling. Lyrinth agreed to cover your cost for this bit of inside information. Isn't she a dear? Now, do tell Gazmod that we miss them here at the House of Whims. The place hasn't been the same without them.
I'll be sure to let them know. You know, I'm not certain what currency you deal in, Madam Wynn. It certainly as hell isn't Tamrielic, or any sort of that I'm aware of.
Oh, don't concern yourself with that, dearest one.
Go downstairs and rouse the anchorite. We'll want her with us when we talk to this collector. Meanwhile, I need to conclude our business here.
Conclude our business? How I love the sound of that. It makes me all on Twitter.
I'm not here to play games, Whim.
But games are some of my favorite activities, dear.
Was Madam Wim helpful?
Let me
Grab
show
a
you
drink
what
and
the
tell
House
me
of
all of it.
Whims has to
I know I said I was going to help with the negotiations, but look, I don't want to talk about it.
What's going on, Anchorite?
Some things are private, personal. You can't just walk up and demand I tell you my deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, Bill, thank you very much here. Go get your rest and enjoy the lark. And thanks for the follow.
After you proved yourself, and you've certainly done that.
This is about your mask, isn't it?
When we first met, you asked about my name. Madam Wim gave it to me. I just arrived in Fargrave, and everything before that exact moment was gone. All I had was this mask. I didn't know who I was or where I came from. Still don't.
What does it mean, Anchorite?
Just one of Madam Wim's little jokes. Means I'm a recluse, a hermit, living a life of seclusion behind a mask I can't remove. Sometimes it feels like memories are stirring deep inside my mind. When that happens, I need a distraction.
But why?
Because it feels like there's a war raging inside my skull. A war I can't win. Better to drink or whatever. Push them back down to stop the pain behind my eyes. That's my story. At least as much as I know. Now, tell me what Madam Wim said.
Well, she said Gazmod the Collector might have a thing or six to help determine the encoded note.
I've heard of the Collector. Has a villa on the west side of the city. Never met them personally, but I assume they're some sort of Daedra. Makes sense considering their influence and where they live. I'll meet you there.
Alright. I will meet you at the villa.
I'll finish this and meet you at the Collector's villa. It's on the west side, in a neighborhood that's strictly Daedric. So be careful, and watch your step until I get there.
You arrived in Fargrave. Completely blank slate on your identity or your location. I said.
Where else was I to go?
That way
Another
you
label
darling
assigned by Madam Wim. Stay in her orbit long enough and you'll collect a dozen appellations. I can't stand to see anyone go hungry or be taken advantage of. I try to help and don't ask anything in return. Wim sees that as a weakness.
And you're certain everything from before you arrived in Fargrave is pointless.
Bits and pieces, but when the memories stir, the pain kicks in.
Alright.
Time to go, little mortals.
To the Collector's villa, as soon as I finish my drink.
Go. We will catch up. I want to hear more about the Anchorite's missing memories.
Alright. Turn right and definitely looks pretty dangerous. Work for hire in Fargrave. We'll have a chat up here.
Did you hear that someone purged the corruption from the Weird Tree?
Good hexes.
So many new faces in Fargrave. If you need work and can handle a weapon, we should talk.
I'm interested, tell me.
I don't handle jobs. Think of me more as a scout for the organizations in the city who hire adventurers.
I want to know more.
Everyone. I consider that a mark in your favor.
Tell me about
Luna
Luna.
Burial represents the Gleaners, a group of... how do I put this? They're thieves. Veli Indivel represents the Sarathu Tong, a syndicate of outcast mages who control a lot of trade in the city.
Alright, how do I sign
If
up?
you want to work alone, see, Luna Burial has jobs.
Said House
Yes,
Hexos.
I'm a member of House Hexos. Well, you don't get to be the foremost mortal family in a multi-dimensional Daedric city without being betrayed a few times over the centuries.
Tell me any of
Consider it a
this.
test. House Hexos serves as a bridge between Fargrave's mortals and Daedra.
That was a long talk. Daily jobs. Shit. You gotta love. And this here is the Collector's Villa. We are the Gazmods. Okay, here.
This mask, it intrigues. It must become a part of Gazmod's collection.
Friend? Why don't you talk to the Collector?
Alright, so now we gotta play, something here to this Gazmod.
Approaches. It dares speak. Will it offer the mask to compensate for such insults?
Madam Lynn sent us. She said your collection may have some, things or six to help decipher Daedric codes.
It invokes Madam Wynn. Wants what belongs to Gazmod and Gazmod alone. It is presumptuous. Leave our gaze. Gazmod no longer wants to look upon it.
Lyranth, a little help?
I meant no insult by having my mortal speak to you, Collector. We merely seek to borrow a Daganic codebreaker.
Since you're clearly interested, I'll allow you to examine my mask.
No, the Arox must not leave the gallery. But Gazmod will peer at its mask. This way, mask wearer.
Come, little mortal. We must find the Arox. Perhaps the gallery is beyond that door.
Ah, yes, the gallery. Find the Arox. The Arox! We will be finding out here momentarily. Meanwhile, I'm gonna do it quick. You can, look here at the bookshelves.
Depart. Gazmod.
Go with Lyranth. Find the Arox or whatever it is.
Are you sure about this?
Look, I can take care of myself.
Alright, alright. So, let's talk to her.
This door must lead to the Collector's galleries. While Gazmod gazes upon the Anchorite's mask, let us step inside and locate the Arox of which the Collector spoke.
Alright, you think the Anchorite will be okay by herself?
There is more to the Anchorite than meets the eye.
Alright, then I'll trust you on that. At least to a point.
The Collector lets slip that they have a codebreaker called the Arox. We must find it.
Oh yes, yeah. First things first though, let's go ahead and get some, materials. If, you have never had ESO Plus, I'm going to tell you this right now. The infinite crafting, the infinite bag of holding crafting bag is worth the $14 itself. Seriously. Maxed out as I am with storage, and I bought storage options in the Crown Store and with the in-game gold vendor. Here. But as you can plainly see, as you go through, inventory here. I bought the Bristleneck Warboar and the Explorer's Pack Donkey, which each give you 5 extra inventory slots at Mount Lock. Plus, you get the Mournhold Pack Red. An actual cargo road, which gives you we've got max backup, space upgrade, and bank space up. Plus ESO plus, which doubles your bank. As well as gives you crafting bag of holding, which, as I have mentioned, is 100% worth the price of admission. Just by itself. Don't believe me? This is my crafting bag. A lot of this is style material, it's enhancement materials for crafting. And by the way, definitely craft. One of the best things is so fish bait. It's bait to use for fish, which is extremely cash. Just from killing of minor animals, where you can get guts, crawlers. Crawlers you can also get from digging other stuff. Crown Mimic Stone, you need them in a pinch. Never really had too much of a need for them, but here we are. But these are all alchemy ingredients, pretty much every single bit of crafting material. Or stuff like that goes right in crafting materials, bait, and all go here. You can see exactly One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, basically, this amount alone, I've got over 300 of these. At the very least, if I would have absolutely no room left if I had to basically do stuff like this. I'd have to do a lot of selling of treasure just to be able to squeeze in. In other words, like I said, it is well worth it to have ESO Plus. Can't, yes, it's fine. But it can get a bit inventory managing.
Not all of Gazmon's collection consists of relics.
It dares enter our collection. Does it not know we see through many eyes?
Yes.
What amazing!
And you want to know what? I'm still going to be up in your collection.
This collection is not at all what I imagined.
But of course. Insect Park, Riverdale. Search. Search. Finding more of the A-Rocks. I said more of the A-Rocks. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. Adjust fire accordingly. There we go. Oh. Not around my fucking mic all this time. Yeah. And let's go ahead and...
Anything to try to sell out.
I have no idea what sort of relic an A-Rox might be. But
Our collection is as dangerous as it is beautiful.
perhaps the Dagonik relics lie beyond that door.
Prized exhibits. Ooh, nice.
I am Arox the Mutilator, terror of the Deadlands. Release me from this cage and I will grant you a boon, mortal.
The relic is a talking Daedrat? Mortal, release the vermin. It appears we were seeking not a what, but a who. Release the Daedrat. It appears we were seeking...
Arox the Mutilator is a Daedrat of his word.
Mm-hmm.
Currently. Release me and I
Really
will do
now.
everything in my power to aid your cause. You do have a cause that needs aiding, don't you?
Well, this is a standard MMORPG trope. That's cool.
Sweet freedom at long last! Arox owes you for this kind indulgence. You have set Arox free. Free!
Hmm.
Arox owes you a debt of honor, and Arox will pay it, no matter how long it takes. You have my word. But pray tell, who do I owe this enormous debt of gratitude to?
He bounces without rhythm. That lyric. You're Daedra? He thought you were Daedra Grilla.
Question not this pitiable mortal, for within it beats the heart of the terror of the Deadlands, the sunderer of the seven skies, and the warrior of the floating wastes. I am Arox the Mutilator! And yes, I currently occupy this Daedric body.
We were told you could decipher any Dagonic code.
Dagonic codes? Easy as ripping the ears off a banekin. Arox is fluent in many tongues of the Deadlands. No code can hide its meaning from the Mutilator's eyes.
Oh, really?
Speaking of eyes, we should leave this place before the Collector looks this way.
Agreed. If we take you with us, we promise to decipher the code when we get to safety.
I have already pledged to honor my debt to you. I will decipher every scroll in the Tower of Lord Dagon's Viscount Scrivener, if that is what you desire. I swear my fealty to you, mortal master. My life and my skills are yours to command.
Very well. Hop in, Arox.
Pleasure, mortal master.
Let's go ahead and head over to the playroom.
Your pack is perfect, master. And I found the encoded note. I will work on
Really now?
writing it forthwith.
We have a Daedrat. Wonderful. Now let's find the anchorite and depart this place.
Alright, let's go ahead and find the anchorite here. There we go, to the anchorite! There we go, to the anchorite.
Gazmod sees the intruders. Now we shall demonstrate the power of our collection. Perhaps they will amuse us as our collection destroys them. It tries our patience. This monstrosity will destroy it.
Let's send all these back to Detroit.
Quickly, through the door and find the anchorite before the Collector returns.
Boo-doo-boo.
Hey, a little help here. As glad as I am to see you, can we do more rescuing and less talking right now?
Pop off.
Thanks. Let's get out of here and return to Madam Whims.
Agreed. This place is getting a bit of an interesting creep vibe. Where we stay in. To the villa. Well, that was a fun trip. There we go. Smooth landing. Stairs, we got ourselves a...
Master! Arox has deciphered the note. Daedric troops from Burning Gyre Keep in the Deadlands are preparing to invade Fargrave.
Really?
Well done, Rat. Mortal, find out what else the note contains.
That Daedrat talks?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what I said, Mortal Master? Volcanos Nokvraz prepares to send the most fearsome Daedric troops in all the Deadlands to this Nexus city. The destruction will be glorious.
Encoded note say anything else?
It is addressed to some despicable cur named Sister Seldina. A weak-sounding mortal name if ever I heard one. Why one of Mehrunes Dagon's most powerful warlords, not as powerful as Arox, mind you, would deign to aid a weak-named mortal baffles me.
Press the encoded note, please.
Right. Troops, stand ready at Burning Gyre Keep. Send word when Fargrave's defenses fall, and the invasion will begin. Dremora blades will take the city, not your incarnates. That is every word, Mortal Master, whose name is in no way weak.
Mm-hmm. Burning Gyre Keep it is.
Let us make haste, Master.
An excellent idea, Mortal. Use the Plaza of Portals to reach the Deadlands. We'll rendezvous at Burning Gyre Keep.
Burning Gyre Keep is right over here. Plus, this one's gonna be the Raging Coast Asia. Thankfully, we here at the channel are inordinately lazy motherfuckers who love to get the way shrines out of the way.
Have been largely driven from the city.
Frey considers this development. The cult's vote is no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave, then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Frey ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interesting when the cult toyed with their emotions.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. No thank you. Not on a Sunday, of all days. Not on Mother's Day.
This place smells wonderful, Master.
Oblivion was that?
Like what
Great power was
after a
just
battle.
unleashed inside the keep. Hurry, mortals. We must see what's going on inside.
Agreed. Let's jump into the Burning Gyre. The reputation of the Keep's Warriors is such that other princes often hire them out to accomplish impossible missions. Really? So they're mercenaries of the highest order.
You required a demonstration of the power of an incarnate, Nokvraz. Your data will return.
You put too much faith
With the Riven Cataclysm, Fargrave will fall. And then Nern.
Okay, there's our two people there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motherfuckers. Ah, it looks like it's gonna be a fun one.
This may be where Sister...
Professor MP.
A blade bearer weapon. Here, examine it, mortal.
It's
the
broken.
blade bearer's crest. This is not their fortress. Why would that broken sword be here?
Mm-hmm. To the inner ward.
Careful, Notraz, or perhaps I'll point my incarnate in your direction. Lyric and her minions. Incarnate, destroy them!
Let's go ahead first things first and consumables. Wow, that was quick.
The incarnate failed, Seldina. You failed. Again.
You see failure, I see opportunity. Let's head to the Riven Cataclysm. I have a legion of incarnates to create.
It worked.
Quickly, mortals, into the portal.
Portal out to the winds.
A glorious victory! Arox the Mutilator must scratch furiously to celebrate.
I bet. Let's have a chat up with the anchor.
Sister Seldina.
Mm-hmm.
Twice now, you helped me stop her from harming Fargrave and its people. Thanks for that. I'm not sure why Lyrinth chose us, or what she really cares about in all this. But as long as the cult threatens my city, I'll stand by you.
Oh. Well. You heard Sister Seldina. She plans to create a legion of incarnates with a Riven Catalyst.
Yeah, I heard. I may not remember who I am or where I came from, but I found a purpose in Fargrave. That's what keeps me going.
Good. Let's chat up there.
We stopped Seldina's ritual and forced her to retreat to Burning Gyre Keep. There, instead of allowing her to summon Notraz's promised army, we defeated her incarnate. Now she's on the run, back to her Riven Cataclysm. That device intrigues me.
Intriguing. Considering that she used the Considering she planned to use the device to create a legion of incarnates to invade Fargrave.
And do not forget that Nirn is her ultimate target, little mortal. She plans to use Fargrave to sacrifice your realm to Dagon.
So how do we find it?
I must ponder. Are you
all
ready
right
to resume our hunt for the Riven Cataclysm?
Getting stronger. It's amazing. Tell me the secret.
Thank you, Ember. Well. We got a fair bit of stuff to cover. So, time to deal with the Riven past.
Are you ready to resume our hunt for the Riven Cataclysm, little mortal? I assumed you'd want time to sample Madame Wim's delights, or explore the splendors of Fargrave. No.
I'm good.
Very well. Let us go before more incarnates are unleashed upon the city.
Well, we got no idea where Sister Seldina went or where the Riven Catalyst is, so how?
You are not wrong in your summation. But we are not without avenues to explore. Remember the broken sword hilt you found at Burning Gyre Keep? It carries the mark of the Blade Bearers clan.
And that helps us how?
The Blade Bearers are a Dromora clan who forged their own path. They have no allegiance to Mehrunes Dagon, so I find it curious that their crest was found on a broken sword in the keep. I want to determine their involvement. With your aid, of course.
Alright, I'll help investigate.
The Blade Bearers are nomads, but we should find them at a settlement called Wretched Spire. That's in the Sever region of the Deadlands. We must talk to their kinreeve, Rinkias. I will meet you there. And bring Arox. We may have a use for him.
Anything I should know about Rinkias?
Rinkias is a kinreeve of the Blade Bearers. A clan of nomadic Dromora who bow to no prince. Like the rest of his clan, he is fierce but values honor. He takes pride in his martial skills and the status of his kin. Mortals hold no interest for him.
Are you two friends?
Friends? Hardly. That is a mortal concept. If I understand the idea, it implies affection, vulnerability. That you would attribute such an affiliation to Dromora is amusing. But I have known Rinkias for a long time. We have never been at odds.
What's Wretched Spire?
The Deadlands belong to Mehrunes Dagon, but places exist where his minions rarely go. Wretched Spire stands as a refuge of sorts. A settlement where Dromora without clans and escaped mortal slaves can eke out a meager existence. Hence the name.
What do you think we'll find Rinkias there?
As I said, the Blade Bearers are nomads who do not pledge allegiance to Dagon. As such, they roost in places that aren't under the prince's direct control. Wretched Spire is one such location. Rinkias' clan can usually be found there this cycle.
And what can Rinkias tell us about Seldina or the location?
He might be able to explain how his Blade Bearers came to be at Burning Gyre Keep. If Rinkias knows more about the Waking Flames activity in the Deadlands than we do, perhaps he can tell us where Sister Seldina and her device are hiding.
What if the Blade Bearers are allied with the Waking Flame?
Then either Rinkias knows about the involvement of his kin, or he does not. If he knows, then he is an enemy, and we may learn something by questioning him. If he does not know, then he is a potential ally, and a powerful one.
Take me with you, Master. Let us lay waste to your foes.
Arox!
You are unlikely to find any of Mehrunes Dagon's servants in Wretched Spire, Master. Long ago, the Prince of Destruction commanded that no Daedra among his legions should look upon that place, or even speak of it. He was quite insistent.
You heard. We're meeting a Dremora named Rinkaya said.
Of him, but I do not trust him. I will watch him closely, Master. Sniff out his intentions. I have a keen sense of smell in this otherwise pathetic form. I'd prefer to be huge and powerful again, of course. But this form has some uses.
It does. Why does Marin's Dagon want his legions to endure wretched spire?
I do not know. Lord Dagon wasn't in the habit of explaining his commandments. I heard the entire town was dropped into the Deadlands from someplace else. But I was never curious enough to investigate further. Sorry to have failed you, Master.
Hop in the pack, Aarox.
It's rather rude of you to interrupt someone who is clearly quite busy.
Bitch!
I do hope the accommodations are to you and Lyranth's liking.
They're stellar.
If you want my attention, it comes at a price. I offer patrons of the House of Whims the constrictions of Moab. Know that mortals have difficulty enduring this act, but...
I don't know whether I should.
I've heard the Dagonists have been largely driven from the city.
Bray considers this development. The cult's vote is no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Bray ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interesting when the cult toyed with their emotions.
I bet they were. So disappointing of you to be boring again. Wretched Spire. Power shields. We're gonna make our way to T-Map 2 first. Which is to the northeast. There we go.
And up we go.
There we go.
I see the last of the fool killers still consorts with mortals.
And I see a blade bearer who could use a new perspective.
You travel a strange path, Lyrinth. I won't ally with kin such as you.
I was not offering an alliance. Mortals, speak to Rinkias. Tell him about burning Gyre Keep.
Mortals in the Deadlands exist only at Mehrunes Dagon's sufferance. They grovel in his cult, toil as his slaves, or skulk and hide in places such as this, in the hope he will forget about them. Which are you? And why do you seek the Blade Bearers?
None of the above, and I found a blade bearer sword at Burning Gyre Keep, along with Volcanos Nofros and the cultists of the Order of the Waking Flame.
No Blade Bearer would willingly enter a fortress loyal to Lord Dagon. I'm in search of my clan members who disappeared, however. You say you found one of our swords at Burning Gyre Keep. Tell me, what do you know of the Order of the Waking Flame?
Well, I know of their attempt to deliver Nirn to Dagon by merging with the Deadlands. That was stopped for the moment, at the very least. By me.
Audacious plan.
Mm-hmm.
Dagon has swallowed mortal realms before, or at least a portion of them. Such as this settlement you see before you. You are fortunate that their plan failed.
Mm-hmm.
What brings you to the Deadlands now? Vengeance?
Hardly. We're going up against a Daedric prince that can't be killed. No. The Dagonists want to build a device that used to create incarnates. Specifically monsters threatening my world.
If Dagon's servants struck down my kin to protect this device, I will punish them. But first, they must be found. My scouts followed rumors to Xynoes's jail and Jin's foundry before they vanished. I will begin there. You may accompany me.
Alright, who are Jin and Xynoahas? What's the info on?
Jind is a Dremora kin marcher. She studies relics and devices. Xynoas is Zivilai. He studies pain.
Thank you.
They are both subordinates of Volcanos Novkros, who you say you encountered at Burning Gyre Keep.
Had the Blade Bearers had trouble with the Volcanos before?
When Dagon's purposes interfere with our own, we gladly fight his minions.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Dagon knows this and welcomes it. We have met the Volcanos in battle before. This business of mortal secrets and missing Dremora is new, however.
You're missing clan members.
Blade Bearers come to Wretched Spire every cycle. It provides a place to plot our next campaign against rival clans. When one of our war parties never arrived, I dispatched scouts to find it. They made one report. Then they too disappeared.
Where do we find Jin and Xynoahas?
Kinmarcher Jind oversees a foundry in the Sever, not far from Wretched Spire. Xynoaz is a master of a jail in the Burn, a place of suffering. My scouts reported that both seek information about mortal dealings, each in their own way.
Unusual?
It is unusual for two high-ranking lieutenants of Volcanos Novkros to suddenly concern themselves with mortals, yes. Novkros has nothing but contempt for your kind. Is that all? I grow impatient.
Fine, let's go. Well,
Stay vigilant. It's possible our clanmates will return while I am gone.
alright. We'll go to Jin's foundry first.
Appears surprising, but acceptable. I expected you to be killed on your way here. Perhaps you are more capable than you appear.
Thank you.
This is the foundry of Jind, kin marcher under Valkanaz Novkroz. Here she supervises Dremora who study and devise things of interest to the Valkanaz.
What do we look for here?
Look for strange devices or documents about mortal machines in Jin's foundry. I will search for signs of my blade bearers and question any churls I find. That would be an efficient use of my time and abilities.
I'll search and go.
Dealings with Kin Marcher Jind, but I have reservations about any Dremora who dabbles in mortal inventions. It is an unseemly habit.
Why do you dislike mortals?
Dislike? One must be familiar with something to dislike it. I am unfamiliar with your kind and not especially curious. You are simply unimportant. I mean no insult. I'm sure you are very important to you, as far as mortals are concerned.
That is appreciated. I'm comfortable working with you.
Comfort is not a concept I give much thought to. It is something mortals seek, to protect them from fears and cares. Or so I have heard. I will only wait for a brief period at the ritual site after I complete my own investigations. Search quickly if you wish to compare notes.
Alright.
Doesn't know what to make of him, Master. He seems like the suspicious type.
Of course he's the suspicious type.
Oh, yeah. That felt good.
I have always ensured of the suspicious type. Jin's schematic.
A strange drawing, Master. Does Jind intend to construct this thing?
Possibly. More info's needed though. Mind that.
Woo! That was fun.
Master, I sense depth. If you find it, you may answer. There it is. Touch it, and you hear the victim's last thoughts. I knew that an eyes lay its best depths. stones.
Even if I did translate the note stolen from Sister Saldina, Narkrovs thinks he can make his own catalyst. Let them kill me. It'll never match Sister Saldina's brilliance.
Ah, Narkrovs seeks to undermine the mortal Saldina. Two factions vying for Lord Dagon's favor. Let us hope. Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
We did it!
We did! Mm-hmm.
Keep that close to you. A pickpocket will make a killing off something like that.
Kin Marcher Jin, Valkanaz Nakvraz, tells me that you are responsible for acquiring potential subjects. If so, you are delinquent in your duties to create incarnates suitable for Lord Dagon's purposes. I must have more Dremora. I don't care what clan. Remind all prisoners in your custody to the Devastator. Remind all prisoners in your custody to the Devastator who delivers this letter. And then find more. Also, some Waking Flame acolytes have gone missing in the Sever, not far from your foundry. Direct your kin to make a search of the area I want them located. Sister Saldina.
The mortal woman dares command Jind and Narkrovs? Arrogant. Why does she need so many Dremora?
Oh.
I thought Jind would slice your flesh to ribbons. You are sturdier than you appear.
Yep.
Mortals have too many expressions. Your face tells me nothing. Did you find anything at the foundry, or did you fail at your task?
I did. Jind is trying to duplicate the Waking Flame cult's plans. Nakvraz wants to build his own catalyst.
For what purpose? Prince Dagon commanded Valkanaz Novkroz and his subordinates to assist the mortals of his Waking Flame cult. Or so I heard. If the mortals devised a tool for the prince's use, why would the Valkanaz need one of his own?
There is more. Sister Saldina ordered Jind to send her more Dremora.
This reeks of mortal lies and trickery. Mortals do not enslave kin. And yet, I found signs left by my blade bearers. Kin of many clans gathered here before they were taken somewhere else.
That leads credence to the theory. Shall we head to Zainoaz's jail next?
Yes. kin are not to be used by mortals. The very thought offends me. I must find signs of my missing clanmates. Meet me near the jail of Xanawaz.
What kind of signs there?
You have no means to perceive the secret symbols of my kin.
I need your more consensus.
All the kin of my clan are pact-bound one to another. The clan pact shapes us. We will investigate the Zivilai, Xanawaz. I will meet you there, if you survive the journey.
I will, don't worry.
Up we go. Want to die?
We'll pop the wounded crossing and head southwest. Easy.
The Zivilai will grind your mortal bones to ash if he sends you here. Xanawaz is one of Valknar's Novkroz's most fearsome underlings. He commands many Dremora. I do not know if he and Jind work together for their master or if they compete for his approval.
Should I be looking for jail again?
Blade bearers require themselves to be seen by you, so do not waste your time looking for them.
Alright.
Search for information about the mortal device that drew my scouts to this site.
Alright.
We'll look for my kin.
If I find anything useful, how do I find you?
You exhaust me with all these questions. Are all mortals so uncertain? There is a scouts camp north of Xanawaz's jail. I will await you there, but do not dawdle. My patience is extremely limited. Zivilai are reckless creatures. They rely on wild emotion and brute strength instead of skill and strategy.
What clan?
Zivilai are rarely bound to any clan. Sometimes they work together, but it never lasts. The few I have seen are foolish, weak, or mad. There is no alliance with such creatures that would benefit my clan. Some Dremora see value in studying the doings of your kind, but not I. I leave that to Lyranth, the Fool Killer.
Call her the Fool Killer.
That is the name of her clan, so to me she is Lyranth, the Fool Killer, just as I am Rinkaius, the Blade Bearer. Do you not have clan names where you come from?
You don't trust Lyranth.
Lyranth's curiosity leads her down murky paths. You infer too much. Stay alert, mortal. You seem to handle yourself well, but Xanawaz is dangerous.
But I think we can deal with Xanawaz should we fucking get lucky. Silver Scene, check. Herbalist Satchel. Flawed runic crux.
Poorly crafted runic crux. Whatever ritual they plan to use it for will most likely fail.
There we go.
Who approaches? Haven't I suffered enough?
Zastrix Daylon.
You are not one of these monsters. Daedra. Tormentors. They questioned me. Wanted me to demonstrate how to inscribe the runes. I tried to resist. Tell Sister Seldina. I tried.
Inscribe for what?
The Cataclyst's runic crux. The focus of its power. These Daedra wanted to make their own. I didn't tell them everything. Tell Sister Seldina. I did not reveal the Blind Seer's final gift.
Blind Seer?
I never met him, but he invented the Cataclyst. We followed his schematics.
Where can I find it?
Safe. Nokvraz envies us. Hates Sister Seldina. Nokvraz fears that mortals will bring about Lord Dagon's triumph. Not Tremora. So he had me tortured. Help!
What do you need?
Weak. He probably didn't even provide the torturer with much sport.
Well, but he did deny the torturer the information. And therein lies the victory.
That was fun!
Dino Oz's sketch.
More scratchings? They really are trying to build their own Cataclyst master.
Let's chat up Rincaius. Hey, Tenants of Destruction. Really? Brinkaius.
You have found information. Perhaps you have proven yourself a useful companion after all. What have you learned?
Xyno-Oz is trying to duplicate the cult's plans for Bucknaz Nokfroz. He wants to build his own cataclysm.
Of course. Bucknaz Nokfroz refuses to accept that the mortal followers of Mehrunes Dagon can succeed where he has failed. A useful insight. What else did you find out?
I found drawings in a runic crux, learning that a blind seer invented a cataclysm.
Blind seer? That means nothing to me. Nor can I make sense of the drawing. The runic crux, however. The work seems poorly done. Xyno-Az's methods have their limitations. I found something as well. A hidden message from my blade bearers.
Like the one you found at Jin's Foundry. Scouts find the cataclysm?
My kin learned little that we did not already know. They waited here, hoping to trail a waking flame messenger back to Sister Seldina. Since they are not here, it must have worked. Which leaves us no closer to finding this mortal device, or my kin.
Got it.
Defective parts, strange scribblings, the inventions of a blind seer. I hope Lyranth learned more in Fargrave.
The inventions of a blind seer. Interesting. I believe we know his name.
Elagian. That's what I remembered earlier. Lyranth helped me.
Elagian? That old lunatic? He was locked in the blood pit last I knew.
Did that Daedrat talk?
Yes.
Pathetic form holds Arox the Mutilator, Titan of Destruction. Master, let's talk. Not so long ago, the blood pit trembled at the mere rumor of my approach. They cowered before me. I first encountered Elagian there. He was quite mad. Probably still is. Not sure what he'll be able to tell you, Master.
What's the blood pit and how do you know Elagian?
The blood pit is a foul prison that I once oversaw. When I was cursed, I awoke there in this reduced form, cast down with others who offended Mehrunes Dagon. That's where I met Elagian. He was locked in a prison within the prison. The Durance Vial.
You know why who Elagian is or why he was imprisoned?
Master, I am not sure if Elagian knows who Elagian is or why he is there. You'll see. The blood pit lies northwest of Burning Gyre Keep. I can guide you, but the presence of powerful Daedra not aligned with Prince Dagon will be noticed.
What do you mean?
The blood pit imprisons disloyal Daedra with mystic wards. Lyranth and the Blade Bearer would have to shatter those wards to enter. Mortals, the walls and locks are enough to bar your path. Your Dremora allies cannot come with us.
What about you?
I was imprisoned there before I escaped, only to be captured by the Collector. Damn his many eyes! They never
Oh, really?
natural immunity to the wards. Something to do with my position before I was cursed, I imagine.
Do I really want to know what you did at the blood pit before you were a Daedrat?
Probably not. Mortals are delicate about such things. The blood pit is a cruel place, Master. Prince Dagon sends his enemies there to suffer. Mortal prisoners do not last long, unless they are valuable in some way.
Alright, well, hop in my pack, Arox.
Depart, Master.
Let's meet at the blood pit. If I know Elagian, maybe he knows me.
I wish I could paint. This would make quite the picture.
I bet, Ember. I bet. Normally I wouldn't try running up on this solo, but I want to just mark this on my map. The Unmaker. They're either really big, or they are roughly the size of a Lucy and horrific terrors.
Over here, friend. No one's come in or out while I've been waiting. The Blood Pit. If names are omens, then this is a dire one. After what Aarox told us about the place, I admit I wouldn't want to set foot there until we exhausted every other lead we had.
You think you might have been in prison there too?
I'm not sure. Wouldn't a place like this leave scars you couldn't forget?
Well, if you didn't meet Ella Giant here, then where else could you have known him from? Where else?
I don't know. And what does it matter? However we met, I just hope Ella Giant can tell me who I was before this mask was adhered to my face.
Alright. Exploring the Blood Pit is next. Let's go ahead and take a quick stretch here. There we go. Well, now that we've done that, proceed to hell. Or the Blood Pit.
There, an overseer. Let's see what's going on.
The blind old fool is useless. All he did was babble about nonsense.
He is becoming resistant to the elixir, Balkinar's Knockross. There's nothing to be done.
Nothing to be done? Be grateful that I am not my predecessor, Aarox the Mutilator.
Knockross is weak. I would have killed the Overseer for her failure.
Here we go.
Careful. Overseer on the left.
Ah, Balkinar's Knockross. Do you have any idea when we can expect Aarox the Mutilator to return?
Aarox never left. I had him cursed. Turned him into a Dade rat.
Knockross? He did this to me? That bloodless ash pile!
Improve the elixir before I return. And forget Arox. He's no longer your concern.
Yeah, that didn't quite work, but it kinda did. Yeah, you were definitely too.
The Warden's Overlook is nearby. The entrance is a portal. We might find the location of Elagian's Durin's Vial there.
There we go. Let's shut Oculus, eh? Checking OBS, we are doing alright, I believe. To Warden's Overlook. Right over here. Warden's orders for the day. Heed my instructions or be reprimanded. But one, Vulcanos Nocfras is coming to question the old blind mortal again. Be sure to answer any of his questions, particularly if he inquires about any of Lord Dagon's Dremora prisoners. I want a full report of any conversations that pass between you. Make sure there are sufficient elixirs in the Duron's file for the Vulcanos' use. If more need to be created, inform me at once. Divex the Oppressor now guards the door to the Duron's file. He is under orders to destroy anyone who approaches the door without any authorization. You have been warned, Warden Phazon. Blood Pit map. Looks interesting enough.
That was obviously drawn by a prisoner.
List of prisoners held in the Blood Pit. The name, Elagian, appears near the top of the list with the notation confined in the Duron's file by special order in the southwest section of the prison. Near the bottom of the list, under secret prisoners, you notice the nickname Arox the Mutilator. Besides the name is the notation. Gone missing or possibly eaten by mortal prisoners. Either way, don't tell Valkanaz Nokraz. Okay, that was gonna be fun.
Look up there! Nokraz returns!
Have you completed your
Really now?
Valkanaz Nokraz?
Nothing but a waste of time.
Uh-huh.
Just more of the same. Secure the Durance file until I return.
Right.
That tiresome Seldina insists on my presence. Improve the elixir before my next interrogation.
He's getting away! I'll kill him!
Sadly, we must actually, think on other stuff. Well, that works.
That's it. The Durance vial.
Let's go in, I believe. We'll talk to the incorrect ones for a minute.
I remember the smells of this place. The old seer should be behind a glowing door.
So close, but one more obstacle. Any ideas? If Arox is right, Ella Giant is behind that glowing door. That's a lot of security for one old blind seer, though.
Second thoughts?
I thought so too. But what if something in my past is terrible? What if that's why I can't or won't remember? All right, let's do this. I think we can use lucent crystals. Just
Remind me of those.
charged with energy.
All right.
Any amount of times. Gather a few, and hopefully they're.
I remember. There's a rune of unsealing on the balcony above. It unlocks the cell door.
And look over there. A charged lucent. Grab it and place it in the discharge labyrinth beside the displacer. Now place the charged lucent in the discharge labyrinth. I see discharge labyrinths on the balcony above. Find some lucents, charge them, then place them up there.
The masked one speaks true. We need charged lucents.
Grab the second one.
Spend any amount of time scavenging in fog. comes round.
Good. The sooner we finish with the old seer, the sooner we can punish Knockfrost.
There we go.
That did it. Now let's see what Elijah can tell us about cataclysms.
A noise.
And maybe
Is someone there? No. No more visions. I don't want to drink anymore. Drink, brink, sink.
The blind seer is mad. I warned you, Master.
That's him. The old man in my memory. Talk to him and see if he remembers me.
All right.
Can you hear all of them? I hear all of them. Pour the season on the coals. All good children get sweet raw.
Can you hear me, Elijah? And where can we find the Riven Cataclysm?
More questions? No more questions. Is it the season of blossoms yet? That was always my favorite.
You ain't making sense, Elijah.
All my ideas gone. They poured them out, and now I'm an empty bottle. So empty. Sometimes everything is right again. Usually not. But so many, many questions. I won't answer them unless... Do you smell flowers? Flowers, cowers, showers.
Knockfrost mentioned an elixir, didn't he?
Yep.
If you can find one, maybe it'll...
Taste of spring rains hand in a bottle. Pour and pour on the coals helps calm my mental debacle.
There's meaning in Elijah's babble.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to describe whatever visions plague him.
Think it's some sort of clue.
Could the elixir be related to a season? And
What do you
look around
suggest?
for Elijah's elixir. I imagine the overseers would keep it close by in case they needed to talk to him.
Alright. Vial of grass green elixir.
That bottle smells of Nern. I hate it. But this ridiculous nose of mine is not wrong. Try it, Master. Pour it on the braziers.
Mm-hmm.
My mind grows still, free of those awful visions. I do not know you, stranger, but I thank you. And the others I hear.
Mm-hmm.
The elixir grants me only a few moments of clarity, so speak swiftly. What do you ask of me?
We're looking for the Riven Cataclysm. Can you help us?
That vile creation. Knockfrost was just here asking about it. The Riven Cataclysm is my burden, my punishment, my greatest sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize the purpose my designs would be turned to. Why do you seek it?
To destroy it, the incarnates it creates threaten Fargrave and Nern.
Yes, I believe you speak true. Destroying it would be good. You can get to the Cataclysm by going to Annihilox Summit. Knockfrost speaks freely in my presence. He thinks me mad, that I hear nothing. Well, I am mad and blind, but I'm not deaf.
My companion, the Anchorite, do you know her?
Anchorite? No, I've not heard that word. But I sense my work. She wears my mask, doesn't she? I crafted that cursed item.
Really?
Versus memories, both the wearers and those who knew the wearer. Everyone forgets.
Tell me more.
I cannot tell you who I made the mask for or why.
Really?
The enchantment I devised does not simply abolish the wearer's memories. It erases the wearer from the memory of anyone who knew her. Whoever she was, that person is forgotten.
But I hadn't forgotten about them.
Of course not. The mask hides who she was, not who she is now. Think twice before you seek to unbind the mask from your friend. That curse was most likely put in place for her own protection.
Who are you and how did you end up with this?
I was a monk priest. I read from the Elder Scrolls and paid for the knowledge I gained with my sight. But while Morikar was still Emperor, I was abducted by the Mehrunes Dagon. They brought me to the Deadlands.
I designed the catalyst for them.
Dagon's servants drove me mad
Mm-hmm.
with illusions until I no longer knew what was real and what was nightmare.
We can help you escape.
No escape for me. Madness is my prison, much more so than this cell. The elixir never lasts very long.
Mm-hmm.
Better to leave me.
Really?
If you take me away, Dagon's servants will know we talked. They will be warned.
Thank you, Elijah. We'll take care of the catalyst.
Kindly, old owl. I wish I could help you.
A kindly old owl. I remember a young girl called me that once. I have something for you.
Something for me? What is it?
This amulet. I've been saving it for so long. For you, I think. Now go. My mind. Kind, wide, blind. It fills with a storm.
A sewer on the east wall. That's our exit, Master. We should hurry and return to Wretched Spire.
In a moment, let's go ahead and leave the scoop.
Let's meet back at Wretched Spire.
To the blood pit again! Now we're at the backside.
And this amulet. But he didn't remember me. I hoped Elijah would be able to tell me who I am or how I knew him.
It probably was for the best. Whatever happened to him probably destroyed what he was. In any case, let's book it here before we, have any issues with prying eyes. Let's just set a convenient way shrine here.
Many enter the blood pit. In truth, I did not know mortals were so resourceful and more resilient than I had been led to believe. Or perhaps you are just an unusual example of your kind.
Probably the latter. I always like to find myself as an outlier. On the liar.
Interesting. You appear to have survived Dagon's worst prison and suffered little to no damage. And your demeanor suggests that you succeeded in your mission. The anchorite seems distressed.
Yep.
Tell me, what happened in the blood pit?
We found Elijah. We were able to get him sane long enough to tell us that the living catalyst was over at the Nylark Summit.
I know an Nylark. A high peak in the Sever, inhospitable to mortals. For that matter. Few go there. It would be a perfect place to hide the Riven Cataclysm.
Yes, it would.
What's wrong with the anchorite? Did Elagine recognize her?
Nope. But he did ID the mask as one of his creations. Said it not only makes her forget her past, it makes those who knew her forget she ever existed.
Did he know? The Cataclysm and the mask. This Elagine is clever indeed. I am more determined than ever to examine the Riven Cataclysm in detail. We must also keep the Waking Flame from misusing it, of course.
Obviously. Let's head to Nylark Summit and finish this shit.
Patience, mortal. You have done well. Look at us, little mortal. Forced to accept the word of a blind old seer. Imprisoned. Come, little mortal. Let us speak.
And we will, eventually. It has been a fun time here. So fun. Now, where are we at? Deadlands. Oh, fun. It's definitely not an internet issue. Maybe UESP's having issues. There we go. Sometimes it takes a bit of an edge. Oh. Well, we have that. Already went through the Duran's file. The Duran's file. Plot 3, 4 and 2. Mm-hmm.
Look at us, little mortal. Forced to accept the word.
I know, we are forced to accept the word, blah 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 blah. Definitely looking forward to Bolt Road coming out here soon. And I'm actually glad the Necrom soundtrack is now available on Spotify again. Which reminds me. That handy here. And all that. Now what to do. It is almost through. You know what? Let's do this. We got about an hour left on that. We can, pick ourselves up a, definitely going to be interesting to say the least.
Fortune favor you, my friend.
The 9 scale collar.
Your rewards are ready. Well deserved.
Well, we already had that emote, so we're getting 5 gems for that. And oh, lucky me! Open another one.
Are you ready to reveal your rewards?
Get dirty emote. And more goodies.
My friend?
Oh yes.
Ready to play? Outstanding. Let us see what the cards hold.
An adornment.
My compliment.
5 more gems. And elixirs.
Admires your persistence. Choose a reward. This will come in handy. Once more, my good
One
friend.
more, and that's it.
Select your rewards, my friend. A suitable reward.
My name's Sand.
Select your crate and we can begin. Most crates contain 4 rewards, but sometimes you will get... Until next time.
Get those.
Greetings, my good friend.
We got these. We are not going to, do those. In fact, we don't need those.
Shall we get started? First, you must select your crate and open it. Farewell, my good friend.
And now we can go to the crown crates, find rewards. We have 28. Buy one of those. Buy 5 of those. We'll be starting with that. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
Last little mortal, forced to accept the word of a blind old seer, imprisoned and driven mad in Mehrunes Dagon's blood pit. If Elegion is to be believed, we'll find Sister Saldina and the Riven Cataclysm at the summit.
Really? What do you know about Anilark Summit?
I have heard of the location. A barren peak scoured by winds that flay flesh from bone. A good place to build a secret retreat, provided the walls can withstand the constant winds.
Yep.
Sister Saldina has taken great care to hide the Cataclysm.
I assume you've got a plan.
Always. With Rincaius and his blade bearers beside us, we will fight our way to the Riven Cataclysm.
I'll meet you there.
And prepare yourself.
Alright.
That seems unlikely. The incarnates we Has the anchorite? No. But
let us go, Master.
I'll meet you at Anilark Summit, but we should be careful. I expect that both Sister Saldina and Nokfroz may be there.
Tell me.
Alright.
Find Nokfroz at Anilark Summit, Master. Oh, he has so much to answer for. If you smash him to the ground so I may reach him, I will gnaw his face off.
Do you have any idea how Nokfrost changed you into this form? Oh, wait.
Tell me that we will find no. Nokfroz is no mage. He must have found some relic or forgotten curse to transform me into this Daedrat body. And he must have caught me off guard. Otherwise, I would have destroyed him the moment he struck at me.
Let us hope you'll be more observant once we get to Anilark Summit.
You dare insinuate?
Mm-hmm.
No offense. You're just a stupid mortal. Nokfroz never dared display a hint of disloyalty, let alone challenge me for my place as Prince Dagon's champion.
Really?
I would have crushed him into a paste.
Ah.
We go now.
Alright, hop in, Aerox.
Yes, Master. To the base of Anilark Summit, Master. Nokfroz must pay for this insult he has forced upon me.
I will say this, though. Let me check to see what permit. June 3rd is when it drops for PC, as well either via direct download from the ESO website, via Steam, or via Epic Game Store. It will be available June 18th for the usual console users. Specifically, the Xbox and PSN crowd. But oh lordy, June 3rd's gonna be different. June 3rd, specifically. I will more than likely be doing a day one release stream that day. So do expect that here to happen. Let's see here. So, justice accordingly, and all that shit. There we go. Much better. Suffice to say, we're gonna have so much fun. Annihilarch Summit. Like I said, inherently lazy here. Lots of pretty sparkles though. Plenty of lightning rods.
Good, we're all here.
Master. We
You
can
and
catch him.
Caius will lead the assault, Mortal.
Your mortal shell may not survive the climb to the summit, but I will do what I can to protect you.
Alright. We'll talk to Rincaius.
As we ascend the summit, know that I can protect you from the worst of the lightning and the wind shears, provided you do not stray too far from my side. As for any other threats, you will need to deal with those of your own accord.
Any particular threats you're expecting?
The dangers of the Deadlands are numerous, mortal. Have you not determined
I know.
by now?
Specifics.
Arkanaz
Please.
Nokros will have his minions out in force. He may have been ordered to assist Sister Seldina, but he will look for every opportunity to displace her.
Displace her here, figured.
You try to interpret Daedric actions through mortal understanding. I have seen the mortals of Wretched Spire do the same thing. It leads to all sorts of trouble.
Unlike others of my ilk, I have no particular interest in open battle.
Alright.
I leave the assault on the summit to you and Rincaius. The Anchorite, the Bladebearer Rearguard, and I will catch up once you locate the Riven Cataclysm.
Got any ideas as to what we'll be facing?
In addition to the harsh conditions and the destructive wind, I expect you will face Daedra loyal to Valkanaz Nokros. Perhaps mortals devoted to the Dagon cult.
Of course.
Surely neither Nokros nor Sister Seldina would leave the Riven Cataclysm unguarded.
Do you think Seldina knows Nokros wants to build his own?
Given what we've seen of their interactions thus far, I would say neither of them tells the other any more than necessary. Perhaps we can use that at some point.
Alright. We'll pop in there later as soon as we get this plat scene.
using the natural defenses of this place to protect them. Probably Nocros's idea.
Mm-hmm.
Soar above this peak. Nothing troubled my true form. That scent! Knockfrost came this way. A passage. Knockfrost went this way. In here! Hurry!
Alright, we got to the passage.
Gnaw Knockfrost's nose off!
We're following your Daedrat?
He hasn't been wrong this far.
Curse him!
Graversator Ursana's letter. We require additional subjects for the Raven Cataclysm project. March a detachment of vigilance to Kinmarcher Jin's foundry and take custody of all Dremora subjects he currently...
My eyes reminded people of the warm embers of a fire.
Mm-hmm.
I
Thank
think
you, Ember.
fires are much prettier.
Mm-hmm. March a detachment of vigilance to Kinmarcher Jin's foundry and take custody of all Dremora subjects she currently detains. Then bring them to a Nihilarch summit for transport to the device. I included a letter for Jin that explains our requirements if she balks, reminder that Volcanos Nocros agreed to furnish prisoners for our work. Do not delay. Some of the underlying claws have started to look for their missing kin. You do not want the Blade Bearers to catch you with their clan brothers in chains, Sister Saldina.
Master, I smell blood. Mortal blood. It seems I have a very strong nose in this puny form. I smell Knockfrost as well. He was here.
Tell me about the mortal blood.
Spilled magic.
What do you need?
Mortal. Search the cave, Master. A mortal died nearby. I smell magic too.
You found something?
Strange.
I do not take orders from a Daedrat.
Twisted rod. That's what I smelled. It must be important.
I've seen only a few mortals during our stays in Wretched Spire.
Yep.
But it's obvious that this cultist died recently. I do not need the nose of a Daedrat to smell freshly spilled blood. What did you find?
Key of some sort, covered in runes.
Let me see. This key is not familiar to me, but it might prove useful. A way into the waking flame there, perhaps?
What do you think happened?
Directed his underlings Jind and Zainoaz to question waking flame cultists about the Cataclysm device.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this cultist met the same fate. But seizing a captive on Sister Saldina's doorstep... Knockfrost grows bold.
You know what this twisted rod might be used for?
It's unimportant. Whatever power it once held has been expended. The Daedrat might sniff and paw at it, but if the rod had a purpose, Knockfrost would not have left it behind.
Alright, I'll talk to Eros.
There is nothing defective about my hearing, Master, or my curiosity. The Blade Bearer is wrong to dismiss me with such contempt. I am Arox the Mutilator. Have I not proved myself useful, Master?
Yes, you have, but we need to reach the summit now.
As you wish, Master. The day will come when I fall upon your enemies like a burning thunderbolt and lay 100 blackened skulls at your feet.
I'll hold you to that.
See if the Blade Bearer sneers at Arox then.
He probably will. Hop into my pack.
Command.
The creature is stowed? Then let us move.
Mm-hmm. It's like dealing with mean girls. Only with horns.
Remember, mortal, do not range too far from me, else I cannot protect you from the summit's elements.
I gotcha.
This is gonna be fun. I've been waiting to try this spell out.
A wind gate. Effective for blocking narrow places. See if the key you found by the dead mortal is of any use here.
Wind. My true form can tear through it with ease. Very good, Master. Not as good as tearing it down and stomping it to rubble.
A portal?
Still, well done.
Curse it. Our enemies have already fled.
Where is the Dagonist Temple? What exactly did the Mad Seer tell you, mortal? Did he lie?
Nokfrost used that portal, Master. His scent lingers.
I don't think Elegion lied. The Riven Cataclysm must be beyond that portal.
Tell me again, mortal. What exactly did Elegion say to you when you asked about the Riven Cataclysm?
We could find it by going to a Nihilarch summit.
If that portal leads to wherever the Cataclysm waits, then Elegion spoke true. We will not know until we use it, however.
Oh dear.
Sense that the portal connects to Nirn. Moreover, it contains a ward meant specifically for me. I dare not step through.
What kind?
Sister Seldina and the Waking Flame have attempted to neutralize me before. They warded this portal with a spell that will unravel my current body.
Oh dear.
I cannot die.
I know.
But I can be inconvenienced by the process of reformation.
I get you. So you can't die, you just get sent back to Detroit. So there's no way you can remove the ward to prevent you from having to be shipped back to Detroit.
Perhaps, but it would take time we do not have. You must serve as my eyes, little mortal. Find the Cataclysm, examine it, remember everything you see, then do whatever you feel is necessary. Take the anchorite. I'll send Rinkias through shortly.
Alright, let's go.
We suspect the Riven Cataclysm waits through that portal, but we cannot be sure. If you find it, deal with its guardians and do what you must until I can join you.
But of course.
This is a trap. Do your best to survive and then return to me in the Deadlands.
Alright, what do you want me to do if I find the Cataclysm?
I would much prefer to examine an intact Cataclysm. If I cannot dispel the ward, I will simply travel to Nirn and find you. It will just take time.
Alright.
Deal with Sister Seldina and the Waking Flame as you must, but do not destroy the Cataclysm.
I'll do my best, but it is threatening Fargrave and Nirn. Destroying may possibly be...
There are things I still need to learn, mortal. If you feel you must destroy it, then do as I ask and examine it first. Tell me everything you see. But if the danger is not immediate, leave it intact so I may study it directly.
Okay, if I have to do a quick examine before destroy, is there anything I need to look for exactly?
Anything that stands out. Better if you can find notes or bring me a piece of the device. Whatever will help me understand how it somehow transforms Daedra, who are supposed to be unchangeable, eternal. Now go.
Health and Safety Executive requires me to ask if you'll be safe here on your own, even though I already know the answer.
You do not need to concern yourself with my safety, little mortal.
Take the anchorite and go, mortal. I will follow after I give the blade bearers their instructions and confer
Let's go,
with Lyra.
Master. Knockfrost must feel the wrath of my teeth and claws.
Support Grief! In Niven Bay, oh dear. So we are in Fort Grief.
So this is Nan? It's so different.
Yep. Nern, it's different.
So this is Nan.
Ah, fuck.
We are blade bearers, you Dagonist fools! Free us now!
How dare they pen up my kin like feral
Incomers?
class deer?
Our
Free them,
kin!
mortal!
They feed them to a device beneath the citadel!
Report, Hadri. What is this place?
They call it Fort Grief. Valkanaz Knockfrost's minions captured us near Jin's foundry and turned us over to the Waking Flame. They brought us here.
Mortal, I will escort my kin back to the portal.
You do that.
And free any other blade bearers you encounter.
Will do.
Knockfrost is here. I know that stink anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's
Over there.
good.
More cages.
This is so much better than reading.
We won't let you take us. Not to your damn machine.
Nope. We're here to free you.
We won't let you feed us to your device.
These mortals are allies, Dothas. Tell them what you know of this place.
Blade bearers do not bother with mortals. Even those a wretched spire
Mhm.
will barely tolerate.
Mhm.
But if Rincaius commands it, I will treat you as an ally. This device they call the Cataclysm. It is an abomination.
Tell us what happened to you.
We tracked our first group of missing blade bearers to Kinmarch Jin's foundry. When Knockfrost gave our kin to the Waking Flame mortals, we followed them to a Nihilak summit. That's where Knockfrost's blood adepts captured us.
And they brought you here.
Yes, bound like Ogrim waiting for the torturer's lash. The mortal leader, Sister Saldina. Knockfrost stood beside her like a trained clanfear. They took our kin to the Citadel, to their Cataclysm device. They use our essence to fuel the infernal thing.
What do you mean, use your essence? We thought the Cataclysm transforms Daedra into incarnates.
I heard the cultists talking
Apparently, early versions of the Cataclysm used a single Daedra and transformed them into some sort of living disaster. But this version, the Riven Cataclysm, it drains many Daedra, leaving nothing behind.
That's bad, I'm assuming.
Mortals, you know nothing. They use the collected essences to create a single powerful incarnate. The essences overwhelm the recipients, erasing them, remaking them. They become a mindless force of destruction. Meanwhile, the drained ones die.
That definitely seems to discongruate with what we know of Dremora. They can't die.
Normally we cannot, but with our essence drained, nothing remains to return to oblivion. Nothing to reform. You need to know, they have another stronghold, a place called Deadlight. But if you seek the Riven Cataclysm, it's in the fort's citadel.
Thank you.
Mortals, make your way into the citadel. I will follow once my kin are safe.
I got that.
Nicely done.
Slaughter your enemies. Pity. Portgreave Citadel. Really? Disgrace of Nibbin Bay. It's been abandoned for decades. They try to get somebody in there to repair it up, but it never seems to take, apparently.
Strange sense here. Something metallic, sharp. It smells of power. Maybe the Cataclysm Master.
Mm-hmm. The Paul Anchorite. Run down.
You do not command here, Nokraz. I take no orders from you.
Sister Seldina and Nokraz, they're in the chamber below.
Yay! Ember got a level! Do you honestly have any knowledge as to how fucking rare that is?
What's going on?
Companion menu. Combat level 15.
Without me.
You do not think so? No matter. I am done. Intruders! Stop them!
There we go.
You were fools to think you could stop us.
Let's go ahead and confront the sister and the Volcanaz. We can wrap things up here for now.
Then go. Lord Dagon will reward my devotion. You'll see. Intruders? Good. You will fall before the power of my newest incarnate. Destroy them, my beautiful creation.
The incarnate's drawing power from the cataclysm. I'll try to stop it. There must be a switch or something.
There! Those look vulnerable.
Such hopeless courage. Who hides behind that mask?
Healing that thing.
Disaster incarnate.
Mortal, my shield will protect you.
How are you taking control of the cataclysm? That's not possible.
Mortal, my shield will protect you. My shield will protect you.
Now eat shit!
I think I can release the core.
Let's go, folks! On to the magic portal bus! And chat up Lyric.
But I finally determined your location and opened that portal. Come, Morgan. Tell me all that transpired.
Let's do.
Once the Blade Bearers appeared and told me about Fort Grief.
Good they did.
A short time to ascertain your exact location and open a portal. This seemed like a safe enough place to regroup. Now, tell me what transpired. Did you find the Riven Cataclysm?
Yes, but we had to destroy it to stop Sister Seldina's Storm Incarnate.
You had to. Before I could examine it? Did you at least take a close look at the device? Or bring back any of its component parts for me to study?
We were kind of, on the whole, busy fighting for our lives department here, Lyrinth. And unfortunately, Nokraz and Sister Seldina legged it.
So we have nothing? Nothing I can investigate? No one I can interrogate? I am disappointed, mortal. Now I must start all over again.
Curb your disappointment here. Bladebearer Dothos said they may have another stronghold, a place called Deadlight.
Deadlight? That name is familiar. A lost realm somewhere in Oblivion. We need to return to Fargrave. Make inquiries. Locate this place. Meet me at Madam Wim's, little mortal. Perhaps my investigations will yield answers after all.
I'll meet you in Fargrave at the House of Whims.
Bladebearers, scour the Deadlands for signs of the waking flame. Wherever Sister Seldina hides, we will find her.
Why concern yourself with this? We can outlast the mortals.
Perhaps, but the chaos still threatens us.
See, here's the thing. I trust Lyrinth about as far as I can throw her, and I trust Aerox about as far as I can throw Lyrinth. That is probably the wisest policy, in my opinion. We've got Fargrave. Specifically, Fargrave. We'll need to head back to the House of Whims.
I just overheard one of the brass. Some mad scrids broke into Gasmod's collection.
Vree ponders these tidings and finds them absurd. Gasmod would suffer no such reproach.
Doubt me if you like, but even Gasmod's eyes have blind spots.
Vree rolls his eyes. Watchers do not have... Ah, Vree realizes that you were speaking figuratively.
Aster, show Lyrinth the twisted rod. It's important, I'm sure of it.
I assumed we'd find answers here in Fargrave. Some way to salvage the opportunity denied me at Fort Grief. But no. Even Madam Wim seems at a loss as to the location of Deadlight.
Maybe this will help. We found this twisted rod in the cave on the Nihilarch summit.
Let me see. It contains a dormant enchantment of some sort. It feels unpleasant. And the magic, it smells like your Daedrat. I will keep the rod and study it as time permits. Unfortunately, I do not think it is related to Sister Seldina.
Yes. So, how do we find Deadlight?
I'm not sure yet, but the answer will become clear soon enough. I should not have gotten angry, little mortal. You have helped me a great deal.
I know.
And you certainly helped Fargrave and Nirn by destroying the Riven Cataclysm. Take this as a recompense.
Believe me, if there was any way we could have left it be without it destroying shit, we would have left it be. But big glowing big glowing yellow orbs generally do not lend themselves to things like stability and not exploding.
The secrets I seek rest with Sister Seldina. She still has the means to create more cataclysms, so the
Really?
Fargrave and Nirn remains. We must ascertain the location of Deadlight and this hidden stronghold the Blade Bearers heard mentioned.
Do you have any idea of how we learned the location?
Everything I know about Deadlight is rumor and conjecture. It is a plane that suffered some great cataclysm in the ancient past. A realm forgotten and lost to time. I had hoped that Madame Wim would know more, but she claims the place is a mystery.
Well, Rincaius was sending his blade bearers to scour the Deadlands for Seldina.
Interesting. The Blade Bearer clan's scouts are indeed competent. Perhaps they can find the trail where we have thus far turned up nothing. Very well. Find Rincaius and see what he has learned.
Alright.
Meanwhile, I have my own research to conduct.
Alright, I'll chat up Rincaius.
I asked Rincaius to meet us here in Fargrave. You should find him in the Plaza of Portals. See if his scouts learned anything useful, or if he requires your assistance. In the meantime, I have investigations of my own to attend to.
Can you tell me about him?
Much of what I study is beyond the limits of your mortal comprehension. But I suppose you have earned some insight into my grand purpose.
Let's get through.
Did you not see that coming? Certainly not. Any tool can find a purpose in the correct hand.
Aarox thinks it's important.
He does he? Interesting.
What do you want to ask the Anchorite?
Caius and the Anchorite mentioned how she disrupted the Cataclyst's power, giving you the opportunity to defeat the Incarnate and destroy the machine.
No, you're hurting?
To hear her story. Ask her questions.
Well, I trust you only minimally as far as things go. I can grow you. I trust you to a point. As you should. Chat up Anchorite here.
Sorry, I was just thinking. Ever since we returned from Fort Grief, I've been having strange visions.
Want to talk about it?
Now, something triggered a return of memory. First when the Collector examined my mask, and then when I disrupted the Cataclyst. But I just see fragments. Nothing clear or precise. Funny, but I think the amulet has something to do with it.
Ella Giants?
Yes. Whatever I did to the Cataclyst, and it was me, I'm certain, even if I don't understand how. It also charged the amulet.
Can you tell me what you're remembering?
Fragments.
Alright. We'll pop down here. We're gonna temporarily dispel Ember here to pick up Gilly Dilly here.
You've got rubbish?
There is a reason why I picked up all that. The answer is because all little tidbits may or may not give me sufficient amount of materials when I deconstruct them. Especially the stuff with enchantments on. Note, however, there's only some that I grabbed. Let's see. There we go.
Trade with Khajiit?
So all of that stuff there. Treasure. Better keep one of those maybe. Now let's see. Oh, yeah, that is a lot of neat stuff. But and last but not least is
You seek Azabi?
deposit currency. It is. $59319, and that should put us into 25,000 again. Bank money at 632,453 gold in the bank, so far, along with 292,861 alliance points and 30,580 Telvar stones. 3 bits, which I'm probably going to add over the scene. Probably a good idea. Just so I don't accidentally spend it. 26 roots ahead. Production survey.
What do you require of a Azabi frequent employer?
For you to fuck off. Let's have Emma rejoin us.
Ha! I knew you missed me.
I did, don't worry. Sadly, though, it is time for us to say so long, farewell, and all that stuff here. For those of you watching this video on demand style, you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. For those of you who are on Twitch, we'll be with you in just a moment. But for those of you on VOD, hit that like, that subscribe, and for those of you still watching on VOD, head over to twitch.tv/BiafraRepublic and hit a follow and ring the bell there as well as on VOD. So you can go ahead and get notifications wherever we upload videos or even go live. But from yours truly, Biafra Republic here, from B-Rep Media here, do catch us next time with some more wonderful, wonderful content.